Welcome back, guys. I hope that you are having a gorgeous day. Today, let us really look at the control that we actually have. Some people don't see themselves as having control over anything, but you do. Part of that control is eating. When you don't eat as much, when you don't drink as much. Let's say you just drink water and you decide to go into meditation. If you notice, your meditation is stronger when you start out first thing in the morning and when you are not, taking anything in. Some people would say on an empty stomach is probably best. Because sometimes when you drink water, the mind starts to work and say, don't you have to go to the bathroom or something? And that's a distraction, making you remove yourself from meditation and go to the bathroom. But let us even look deeper than that. After that, let's say you decide, okay, years ago, I decided I was going to meditate with a group of friends. But I needed to, I had a spiritual advisor at the time, and I was asking, for his advice, if that would be such a good idea. And, he said yes, but in some cases he was saying, you really should be meditating by yourself. But if this is what's going to work, if this is, more meditation can't hurt, basically. So he approved it, and I went ahead and I started meditation with this group of friends. Now, the group of friends, because they were more active, they were doing other things. Once we sat down for meditation, they didn't get the same blessing out of it. They were blessed because they were meditating, but it's almost like when you're too active. Let's say you went and you played basketball or baseball beforehand and you lost the game. When you sat down in meditation, you thinking of strategies or better ways that you could have won that game. And that's what was happening. These two, their minds were in other places. So when we sat down to meditate, it was harder for me to gain where I needed to go because their minds were all over the place. When you sit to meditate with anyone, it's always good to have a like-minded person. But everyone should, in some cases, that's why people don't like to meditate with beginners. They prefer to meditate with people who've been meditating for years because their mind is not all over the place. They have a better training, I should say. But then you have some new people who come to meditation and they are just as good. It all depends on the group. It depends on how people feel or what have you. The Bible speaks of people coming together in honor of God, two or more coming together. It's supposed to be a strengthening, But if the people's minds, if the individuals that you're meditating with, if their mind is all over the place, it kind of does take away. It's almost like, okay, and it also depends on how strong your meditation is too. Let's go with that as well. A person sometimes will say, if you meditate if you know how to meditate, you can meditate in a bar and not be distracted. And that might be good too. But the situation is that if anything, you want to be with more like-minded people around when you're meditating. It's a strengthening meditation sometimes when you find yourself in any environment and you can meditate. That is a strength builder for some people who do not have the strength or the capacity. It's not that they don't have the strength, excuse me. What it is that they're not as focused, or sometimes their focus gets distracted by being in different environments. But if you can meditate, there's walking meditation, there's seated meditations, there's different types of meditation. But it's important that if you are really trying to meditate, that you begin in silence. You find a place where you're not going to be distracted, and you begin to meditate. Set that timer. Like I said, if you can start with just 5 minutes, and you continue moving along with that 5 minutes. If you can go beyond that, that's even better. It is really important that we really look at these things. Now, I'm going to tell you, another way to really gain is when you are chaste, not active intimately, if you know what I mean. If you're meditating and you are trying to reach a certain level, if you're meditating and you're trying to, even if you're trying to gain other things, you know, a lot of people who are manifesting, it depends on the individuals sometimes that you're around. You can find yourself manifesting, and then you share certain things with the people around you. And, you know, sometimes people don't mean you well. They might be smiling in your face, but they don't mean you well. So you just ruined your manifestation in some cases because you shared it with individuals who really are working against you. So it's important whenever you are really looking to be a serious meditator that you try to figure out what time is going to be best for you. So for you to meditate each day at that very same time. Because that does not hurt, you know. Don't be like me the other day, meditating while I was in the bed and I didn't really want to get up. I was being lazy, you know. It is always good to, you know, to try to stick to a schedule and to try to motivate yourself to setting a goal that allows you that time, so that even if your body or your spirit is reacting in a great way and is trying to encourage you to increase your time, that you'll have that time available to be able to, you know, meditate even more so, okay? So that's been my word on meditation today, guys. I hope that we are all finding the time and the space to meditate. And if you have friends that would like to meditate with you, there's nothing wrong with that. But it's always good to meditate with people who are vibing on a higher vibration, okay? Thank you so much for joining us. That has been Indigo Moon. You have a lovely day.